Please welcome Terry Crews. Terry Crews, welcome back to the show.
Hey, what's up, guys? So good to be here.
Hey, glad you're here. But we just heard that you've been home with the family for a couple of months, and you just sort of recently revealed that you spent the first few weeks being a caretaker for your wife, Rebecca, who was diagnosed with breast cancer. How is she doing?
She is doing amazing. Right now, she is 100% cancer-free. Can I tell you, 2020
Excellent.
has been hard, y'all. Hard. First of all, we have lost jobs. You know, we've lost children. We've lost homes before. But this threat was the biggest threat we've ever faced. The fact that my wife was diagnosed with breast cancer, and we were just going, oh, my goodness, what do we do? And she just basically became a warrior. She said, I'm going to take care of this. I'm going to get a double mastectomy. And this is the crazy thing. Coronavirus was just a rumor at the time. And she basically was proactive. And we were 1 month. She was able to get that. I mean, the diagnosis was 1 month, but 2 weeks before everything shut down, she was able to get her procedure. I am so thankful.
Excellent.
And she's doing so well right now.
Excellent.
Well, we're happy to hear that, and
Yeah.
I'm very impressed with her foresight. That was great. Well, let me ask you about America's incredible thinking, smart. So your job, season 15 of America's Got Talent premieres tonight. You were able to film most of the auditions before production had to be shut down. Another example of foresight in March, but you didn't have an audience for some of it. What was it like to film this show with no audience? It's very hard to do a show like that without an audience. Did it affect the contestants, for instance?
Yes, it did. It did. It was really surreal because remember, what was wild is I was coming from the hospital over into doing America's Got Talent, but the rumors were starting. They were like, hey, man, they're shutting productions down. And the audience started to get smaller and smaller. And then Heidi Klum got sick. And we all thought, we were just so grateful. Thank goodness it wasn't coronavirus. But what was wild is that she was gone. She quarantined herself. So we were down to no audience and 3 judges. And you're going to actually watch this over the weeks they show America's Got Talent. You're going to watch it happen in real time as we went from packed audiences all the way down to 0. And it was really amazing. But I truly think all these acts dug deep and realized how special this moment was. This has never been done before. And it's really going to be the most memorable season of AGT ever.
Well, Terry, there are so many people who are going through a tough time right now and are worried about putting food on the table for their families. You have always been very open about going through the same struggle before you became a successful actor. What advice do you have for people who are worried about how they will get through this time? And you just have the most beautiful, infectious energy. That's why we love having you on the show so much. What would you say to the American public that's struggling right now?
You know, there is one quote that I grabbed and held on to, and it's an anonymous quote, and it says that sometimes your greatest hopes are destroyed to prepare you for something better. That quote blew me away because one thing, you know, right now, you're talking about hopes being destroyed. You're talking about people wanting graduations and weddings and things that are gone because of this virus. But we have to know that our health and the humanity is going to be even better when this is over. When we get through this, I like to look at this as a modern day Passover. And that when we let this angel of death go all around and get out of our lives, we can come back outside and we will be better. And that's what I'm holding on to. That's the thing that has got me through this whole thing. And hopefully it can help everybody else.
Sonny.
Terry, last week you were on an episode of the YouTube series Celebrity Substitute where you surprised an art student from Compton. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, it was phenomenal. You know, we have kids, and it's funny because our 14-year-old son is stuck here. Luckily, our daughter was in boarding school in Texas, so she's safe in there. But I felt so sorry for my son. He's stuck. He had to do all his learning by computer. And so I was approached by YouTube with this show, Celebrity Substitute, where I could show up in these classes via Zoom as a surprise. And I said, I am down. And we taught an art class because I'm an artist first. I had an art scholarship before I had a football scholarship. So I said, you know, we're going to teach them about proportion, scale, perspective. And you should have seen the look on these students' faces when I walked in, or kind of zoomed in, and was right there. It was so satisfying and so good, because these kids are going through it right now. Can you imagine being stuck at home in high school? I mean, learning is hard enough, but now you got to do it on a computer, and there's no people, it's no one to help you. It's very, very hard right now, very rough.